back to the mead hall and kind of seeks revenge, killing some valued members of the Danish community. And then he decides to take the fight to her. He goes down to her swamp lair and fights her. He takes with him an ancient sword of the Danish people, but this sword fails him. He had fought Grendel with his bare hands, and it seems this will have to be kind of a similar occasion. However, kind of maybe as a result of his trust in God and his giving of all credit to the Almighty, this other ancient sword kind of appears during the fight when he needs it most, and he uses that then to kill Grendel's mother. Here we see that if you make the mistake of describing your issue as, say, half of what it really is and act all nonchalant about it, he won't turn around and kill you instead of the monster. His honor is priceless, although some added gratuity would be nice. He appreciates that. Hrothgar, the king of the Danes, gave him some nice gold and such. That kind of made up for it. Also have some good ancient swords lying about. He'll need these. The death of Grendel's mother was almost as a direct result of his finding an ancient sword in her lair. As we can see in the parallel structure of the last line of the previous passage, the sword dripped blood, the swordsman was elated. So her dying is almost as a direct consequence of his finding the sword. And yes, that's right, demonic creatures wear high heels too, in case you're wondering. Alright, so now our final example of why Beowulf is the right guy for you is the dragon. This is years later, decades later, after he's returned from Denmark, after he's become king of the Geatish people. He's proved himself so worthy that even he who's not in the direct line of the king, he becomes king. So there's this dragon terrorizing his people, and it's called a sky plague. It's referred to in a kenning, which is kind of like an epithet. It's used to describe anything, not necessarily just people. The sky plague, as it calls the dragon, it's killing his people, and he decides he needs to stand up to it. That if he can defeat, Grendel's mom, if he can do that, he can defeat this dragon. He says, or it reads, "Yet the Prince of the Rings was too proud to line up with a large army against the sky plague. He had scant regard for the dragon as a threat, no dread at all of its courage or strength, for he had kept going often in the past, through perils and ordeals of every sort, after he had purged Hrothgar's hall, triumphed in Heorot, and beaten Grendel." So it's really kind of a big letdown when, in the end, he dies as a result of the cowardice of his men. Yes, he goes out there by himself to fight this dragon, but it starts to look bleak. He ends up dying in the process. Although he does kill the dragon, his life probably could have been saved if he just would have relied on his men a little more, or if they had been brave enough. But they've probably gotten a little they've gotten used to, complacent with Beowulf's immense bravery and his just ability to win anything. So this betrayal juxtaposed against his unlimited courage, it seems unconvincing probably to you guys out there who are thinking about hiring Beowulf. So hopefully your danger is a more manageable size, or just that Beowulf is not in an ironic mood, like allowing his own great courage to be his ultimate foil. So hopefully dragons aren't your issue. If so, he might die in the process, and we'll have to charge a little more for that. So it reads again, "Before long, the battle dodgers abandoned the wood. The ones who had let down their lord earlier, the tail turners, 10 of them together, when he needed them most, they had made off. Now they were ashamed and came behind shields and their battle outfits to where the old man lay." So this is where we see all those guys who became cowards and didn't stand up to fight with their lord against the dragon. We can only hope that they learned from that. And remember, he did defeat the beast after all, just happened to die in the process. So really no skin off your back if you're hiring him and he happens to die. We might have to charge for that, because this whole resurrection process is not the most cheap thing to do. So probably avoid having him killed. I prefer kind of this picture to that other one. This seems a little more approachable. All right, so here we see the slogan is "Choose Beowulf, and your enemies will be engulfed." So say goodbye to all your dragon problems once and for all. Don't let this one example deter you from Beowulf. At least he doesn't go around insulting gods like some people. Cough, Odysseus. Remember his unending courage, not excessive pride. Though an argument could be made that he's a little boastful too. Just imagine what this Danish coast guardsman must have thought when he said of Beowulf, "Nor have I seen a mightier man-at-arms on this earth than the one standing here. Unless I am mistaken, he is truly noble. This is no mere hanger-on in a hero's armor." I'm going to say that there's about an 80% chance that that coast guardman wet himself in that moment. So let your enemies soil themselves too, so that they'll have to take on this courageous Norse warrior with soiled pantaloons weighing them down. You can get this titan among men for as little as 1.8 million a week, which Odysseus charged 2 million a week. So just food for thought. Of course, we will have to add to the price if he dies in the process, because not cheap. Again, that whole resurrection thing. And again, we see another slogan: "Put your foes on the Norse diet." Not the Miami diet, the Norse diet. And it involves death, not losing weight. Whose services will you buy? Do you prefer boasting or hubris? Death or 10 years of delay? You make your pick. Who is the greater hero? Who will defend your people? So this time I'm going to ask if you would write down on the back of your dollar who you preferred. Who seemed more convincing hero? Was it Beowulf or was it Odysseus? And then we're going to see who you guys picked, and that'll do that. We'll say Emma's going to abstain from the vote.
I'll vote twice.
You can vote for Emma.
I think they're still there. Are you filming? You see me?
All right, so we're going to end by seeing who you guys picked to hire. We have, let's see, 1 vote for Odysseus, 1 vote for Beowulf, another vote for Odysseus, Odysseus again. That's 3 votes for Odysseus, 1 for Beowulf, another for Odysseus. 4, 5 votes for Odysseus, 6 votes for Odysseus. Someone did not put Odysseus, I'm not sure what it says, or Beowulf. 2 votes for Beowulf, 5 for Odysseus, 3 votes for Beowulf, 7 votes for Odysseus, 8 votes for Odysseus. It's seeming like you guys are more about the delay than that cost of resurrection. I feel you. And then finally,
Excuse the interruption. Can I please have Ellery Day to the front office, please?
She's on her way down.
Thank you.
so it looks like you guys chose Odysseus. I'm gonna have to agree with you. That extra price of resurrection, yeah, that's the clincher there. I can wait 10 years. I don't want to have to pay double. Not fiscally responsible.
Okay.